have the distinguished representative of Sri Lanka, followed by South Africa and Timor-Leste. Ambassador, Sri Lanka, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chair, for giving me the floor. It is with great pleasure that I would like to make a few remarks today with regard to the implementation of the new Agenda for Peace. As the work within the concept is challenging and ambitious, in looking forward, it is key that we focus on anticipated risks and build informal responses. In order to understand these risks, I believe that it is vital that the fundamentals are understood. Looking at the Sri Lankan context when applying justice and reconciliation to address post-conflict challenges, understanding root causes of the conflict became a necessity, and I don't think it's different in any other parts of the world too. To look beyond the conventional claims in order to find a people-centric solution for sustainable peace building. I also wish to refer to the context where emphasizing the grassroots issues in peace building processes for advancement of human rights gave rise to the need for fashioning law and government policy. At the same time, in the Sri Lankan context, peace building was in that phase showed that the causes of conflict are connected with present-day challenges and the context-specific problems and proposed solutions to achieve individual justice for post-conflict victims. The root causes are also helped in our context to understand the socio-cultural barriers, economic and social inequalities, which had a tandem effect in offering in combination restorative justice and retributive justice, and in a swift advancement to reconciliation. Understanding, I say, the root causes of any conflict also helps to address our context-specific goals through our transitional justice policy. As discussed in the empirical research, building a cascade process can be an effective mechanism in bringing accountability, making each step dependent on the preceding one while promoting a cumulative effect. If all the components such as regional, national, global partnerships can review the peace-building architecture to function, if I was to use the word, as a waterfall, giving effect to a cascade, giving rise to accountability, can emerge, I say, as an effective force within the implementation in the larger picture. It is also suggested that integrated planning, prioritizing and linking through regional approaches can be effective ways to satisfy the expectations of each tool that is used to achieve the goals of a new agenda for peace. In concluding my remarks, I wish to note that considering individual needs and synthesizing and sequencing tools with goals of the effort to develop the new agenda for peace, Mr. Chairman, can complement the ongoing consultation process while strengthening its role in a more strategic way to facilitate the work of the Peace Building Commission. Second, we need to be very cognizant of the particular version of peace building that has been institutionalized. There are important differences in how various actors see the complex task of peace building and the many priorities it entails. Debates among the agencies on how to implement peace building in particular areas are not to be settled by bureaucratic power, but by the recipient power states themselves, with international actors helping inform their choices by access to evidence-based arguments and an acknowledgement that the evidence is limited and an analysis highly provisional. These are critical issues, Mr. Chairman, to keep in mind at the U.S. Peace Building Commission. Finally, agencies must focus, I say, more attention on creating state institutions that can deliver a basic public goods in an equitable manner. We must not lose sight of the fact that although the state is not the only institution that underpins stability, pursuing peace building without an institutional foundation can be a recipe for failure. Mr. Chairman, I wish these deliberations every success, and please be assured of Sri Lanka's unconditional support for peace building because it is of paramount importance in contemporary times. Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished Speaker of Sri Lanka. I have now the distinguished